Now, I said the organisers have asked me to allow a few minutes of questions. You can either, in the time-honored fashion of such times, make your question something of a statement, or you can actually make a question.
Hi, yes, I have a question for John Minto. You talk about the fundamental human right of a parent to choose to have a high-quality school in their local area. I'm just wondering how you would suggest a parent would make that choice under the current system, by moving to Epsom, say?
What I'm saying is that every child has the right to a high quality education, okay, without exception, no matter where you live or whatever. And I'm saying that's not the parent's responsibility or the school's responsibility, it is the state's responsibility to provide that in every community. New Zealand has moved away from that with the self-managing school model, and I don't think it's good enough. I think we've got to build back quality into all of our schools so that all of our kids can benefit.
Mr. Robinson, in regard to zoning, parents who care enough about their children's education go to great lengths to negotiate the zoning system. What do you think is worse? That parents break laws to get their children into schools offering the best education, or that the best education is not to be had in all New Zealand schools?
Yeah, I mean, I don't accept the premise, I guess, as the answer to the question. I mean, I can come back to John. No, do you want me to answer it?
College.
Sorry? Well, it's an interesting point, because Nainai College schools often go in cycles. And Nainai College was an extremely good school. I don't know a lot about it at the moment, but it used to be an extremely good school. And so you can't at a single point in time say this school's a good school, that school's a bad school. It's what goes on inside the schools. It's about the teachers. It's about the principal. It's about how those schools run, and it's about how the parents interact with that. I support the current policy, which means that people can go to their local school if they choose, and if they want to do that, and if they don't, then they can find another school that they will go to, and they will make that choice. So I think the choice is already in the system, and I don't accept the premise of what you asked.
How?
Yes.
Thank you. It's great living in Wellington. We've got a marvellous public transport system down here. I grew up in a small town called Helensville, which happens to be in the heart of John Key's electorate. I went to my local high school. The next high school away from me was about 45 kilometres. How would the affirmative suggest to overcome this proximity of distance?
Have you ever heard of producers coming to customers? I made the point that there's various dimensions of choice in any particular situation, but the issue is to maximise it, to make people better off by widening their choices. That's the whole scheme of things. You know, we were pointing out that out there in poorer suburbs, you've got top quality suppliers of all sorts of things, foodstuffs, warehouse, etc., etc. They want to serve those customers. You know, if you've got a
There's also a supermarket in Helensville, one question.
the whole point is, why would you be against expanding the opportunities for people?
Yes.
I have a question to both teams. There's been a lot of talk in this debate about the effect of school vouchers on the poor. I'm interested in teams commenting on a system which gives a voucher of a higher value to someone whose parents are on a smaller income.
Oh, sure, what's wrong with that? I mean, we've got a system at the moment called decile funding. It's very crude. You could match that very readily if you had special needs, and that they might, your proposition surely is that they have to be based on some kind of educational disadvantage, because otherwise why would you actually be doing it? And I said that's absolutely straightforward. You can have top-ups of any sort. I'd have top-ups too for anybody that wants to. I mean, this notion of envy somehow, that you would want to stop people spending money on their kids when they actually value it, is ludicrous. I mean, they're going to do it one way or another. They're going to pay for after-school tuition. They're going to get better educational software and stuff for their kids. They're going to do it. Why on earth would you have this miserable notion that you want to stop parents doing that sort of thing? This is what a flexible scheme will allow you to do.
So, Mr. Kuru, am I correct in saying you would support a scheme where the government allocated voucher as a higher value to someone from a lower socioeconomic group?
No, the point I made was there's got to be a need. It's not just a lower socioeconomic group. I said the proposition is that there has to be some educational disadvantage, like that child of a Muslim immigrant in Holland that I mentioned. I mean, what other principle would you do it on? And on that basis, yes, I'm all for it.
No, I don't support that notion at all, but what I do support is funding for schools based on the educational needs at the school, not based on ideology. There's no reason for the state to be giving $2 million to King's College in South Auckland when over the fence $2 million could provide a far better effect for those people. So that's basically it.